This DEX token has gone from 8 cents to $2.41 in just 8 days, hitting a $3.3 billion market cap and is processing more daily volume than Hyperliquid. But is this a solid investment or is it just a weekly fad? I am of course talking about the Aster token, and today I'm going to break down why CZ himself has endorsed the platform, why Mr. Beast even invested in this project, and whether the risks outweigh the rewards with this project, all backed by solid data. So what is AsterDex? AsterDex is not your typical decentralized exchange. It has previously been referred to as APX Finance after had a rebrand, and it is a perpetual derivatives platform. It's backed by Binance Labs and it offers something truly unique, up to 1,100x leverage on perpetual trading combined with their yield bearing collateral strategies with over 9 different blockchains available to deposit on as well. So first, before we talk about the token price and the tokenomics, we need to talk about some of the other numbers relating to the platform. If we go over to DeFi Llama, we can get a lot of the information about how much the platform is processing and how much has been deposited. So if we go over, we can see $32 billion in perpetual volume in the last 24 hours. And to put this in comparison to some of its largest competitors, Hyperliquid currently done only $10.1 billion in the same period. That's over 3.2 times as much volume. Looking at some of the other metrics, we can see $2.1 billion in the total value locked, and we can see $340 million in the fees annualized. If we take these two numbers and we work out what the revenue to TVL is annualized, it's about 16%, which is already a lot higher than a lot of its competitors if the platform can keep up these numbers, where most are only around 2 to 5%. But where things get interesting is some of their other metrics. They've had over 300,000 new wallets connect to the platform since EGE, with it's estimated over 100,000 daily active wallets. Other than this, we know that there's $1.3 billion in active interest, and we know that the price had a peak of $2.4 and is currently on a slight retracement by about 30%. This DEX token has gone from 8 cents to $2.41 in just 8 days, hitting a $3.3 billion market cap and is processing more daily volume than Hyperliquid. And another way to kind of look at it is the difference between something like Hyperliquid and Aster is VC versus non-VC. We know that Hyperliquid is bootstrapped and is VC free completely. So they've built a completely organic community, no sell pressure from anyone like that. But we know AsterDex has obviously secured backing from the likes of CZ, and a lot of propping up this token is the sway which he has on it. So now we can jump over to some of the tokenomics and some of the risks. Are they solid fundamentals or not? So first of all, there was some posts I saw speculating saying that the top 6 wallets held 90%, but this was quickly proven false, that these were the airdrop wallets. But other than this, looking at the token, we know there's 8 billion supply of the token. There is around 1.6 billion currently circulating, so under 20%. And we know that they have their airdrop coming out with another 4%, and 40% of this in total is made, or 53% is for the airdrop in total. And the thing to look at and the risk, obviously, to do with the unlocks. So luckily, there is no major unlocks. For the ecosystem and community, we know there's a 20-month linear vest. We know for the team, there's a 40-month linear vest, which is quite solid, but obviously they do have a decent amount of supply, and there will be unlocking about 120 million tokens per month, constantly unlocking, which can be sold. But overall, these are definitely not bad, and having such large amount for the community is definitely a very good way to go, having constant airdrops. But obviously the risk is, if we keep having these airdrops, do the incentives, after each one drop, or do they hold users? And are people dumping the tokens, or does it act as a flywheel where people keep using the platform, generating revenue, and again, holding up the token as a result? And looking at some of the main competitors, we really can't get too ahead of ourselves as protocols like Hyperliquid are still processing a ton of the volume. While it is down right now, and we can really see this drop off when Aster started taking some attention away, Hyperliquid does still have about 58% of total market share and a $43 billion fully diluted value compared to Aster's, which is only around 6 billion. Now, there's two ways to look at it. You can say Aster is very heavily undervalued and should pump maybe 3 to 4x, or that Aster has simply not been around as long and is not as solid an investment as something like Hyperliquid, which has been around for months now. And we do know that Hyperliquid still has a lot around, a lot of daily active users compared to Aster. And we also know there's still a lot of other perp platforms coming up or have been more established for years, such as GMX, such as Lighter, which have been gaining a lot of traction. Some of these are battle tested and also have this institutional backing and regulatory compliance. If we flip over to a social effect now, looking at social media, as we know, all of this has a big impact on what happens in crypto and how we perceive stuff. First of all, we know that Trust Wallet has integrated Aster straight into their platform and opened it up to hundreds of thousands of new users. And obviously, a lot more significant than this is CZ himself backing Aster, basically using it as his own main competitor to Hyperliquid. And we know how much of a force CZ is in crypto. Whether you love him or you hate him, you can't deny what he builds has a significant impact on what happens. And it's basically the top level of institutional backing. Yet their oracles and their infrastructure are some of the best in crypto, as we know that they have the biggest KEX, where a lot of the perps are happening, and there's no reason why you've seen the success of Binance, why it wouldn't be continued over into his perpetual DEX. So what could drive Aster higher from its current price, where it is right now at $1.9? So first of all, we know a few things that are coming about the project, and there will be a lot more in the future. So first of all, we have that an L1, a layer 1, is planned for some time in Q4, and we know this from an interview on September the 22nd. I've only seen this posted in a few places, and this will have a lot of great features like the ZK privacy features, and potentially positions them as more than just a DEX. We also know that stage 2 of the airdrop completes on October the 5th, and we can speculate there will be more innovative rounds after this with a lot of airdrop. I have a full guide and a video already on this, which keep updated all the time. And what you can do is, to qualify for this airdrop and get maximum points, you can use my code right here or use my link. And my team has the maximum points bonus, where if you use it, you will get a 1.5x team boost, which gives you pretty much a 50% boost on your points. Other than this, there's some other cool features like this stocks feature, where you can actually do leverage on real stocks in the stock market. And they are expanding this potentially into US equities, and also the potential of a mobile app, making it really, really easy to access this all on your phone. You don't have to go onto a website, and you can do it all straight through an app with a really good user experience. And this just opens it to a whole new audience. But here's some of the metrics I am looking out for. First of all is this fees, this 24 hours. And what I want to see is, we can see that the fees have kept on climbing right now, but can they reach a sustainable level and do not fall off massively? This is a very big indicator. And secondly is the TVL on the platform, which is at 2.4 billion. Hyperliquid is all the way up at 6.5 billion. If we can see this 2.14 billion rise, that is a very bullish signal to me. I wouldn't want to see this falling off anytime soon. So now actually, predicting where the price could go, and I've given a lot of information so far, and I think based off what I've said and what I've read, these are the kind of targets, and looking at the chart, which I think are possible. So first of all, just looking at the chart, we can see it has a bullish structure for starters, and it's pretty much been forming higher highs every time it's gone up and dipped. And you can see all of these peaks going up, and there's no reason we couldn't see another one right here. And this is a lot more present on obviously a larger time scale like the 4 hour. We can see it has already happened twice. But Aster does have its own competitive advantage and stuff that really stands out about it. And this is stuff like their yield-bearing collateral with their USDF and ASBNB. And I'll leave a link where you can, if you haven't already, you can sign up to the platform. And I've got my videos on how you can buy this as well. And you can join my team using my code. And we also have this great feature where it's so easy to bridge over. So if we go on the platform, you can see all the different options. Blockchains available to me to be able to deposit without having to cross-chain bridge, which is a bit of a pain for some of the other platforms like Hyperliquid. And as a very high target, obviously $10 is actually very within reach. We do of course have the risks though, and if we do enter more of a bear market, and if there's any issues which appear, I think we hold above this $1 level. I think in the worst case is a retracement all the way to 0.6, but the chances of that happening, I think, are very, very slim. So overall, I do think this is still a high reward, high risk play, but it's something which at these levels I am jumping on for the short term. If we do see any kind of retracement to that 1.5 level, I'm definitely a buyer at that point, and I really think we can rally to that $5 level, hopefully in the short to medium term. We're still very early in the tokens growth. We still have the airdrop, which that would be my main focus if I were you. I've already made the video, as I said, and I think in the near term this could work out to be very lucrative. It's something that I'm putting a lot of time into, and I am going to try and get into that top 20,000 ranking. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think this token is going to keep rallying, or have we kind of topped out at a local top? And of course, I have written an entire article on this as well, where I can keep my thoughts updated. We can actually see right now we are at one of the major support zones, and this about $1.9. And this is an area where we would like to hope that the token holds. But if it doesn't, we do see this $1.36 levels as, in a very fair case. I think we hold definitely within this range. I really don't see us breaking below. I wouldn't even mark 1.28. I think that's too low. I don't think we go, down below 1.48. I think that's quite a major target. If we did hit there, that is where I'd be buying a ton. As for my price predictions, I think this token could go a lot higher. We know the resistance right now is $2.4. And to be honest, it only hit that around 12 hours ago from recording this. But for price targets, I could definitely see around, assuming we get more steady adoption at those metrics I talked about, they keep improving. I could definitely see us, definitely reaching up to the $3 level in the short term. I'm talking the next 1 to 3 months. We could definitely rise back up there and hold that level. But in a longer time frame, I definitely think, and this is me being conservative, I know a lot of people give large predictions, I think a $5 level in around 6 months. Again, if the concept is proven, this platform is around to stay, CZ keeps backing it, and we keep seeing the growth, I think $5 in the near term, 6 months or 12 months, is very, very likely.